I'm Will again. This is Cole Wheeler, number 12, Jalen Henderson, number 1, Q McDowell, number 14.
You just want to make an overall statement about the game?
Yeah, I mean, I knew what kind of game it was going to be. I think we all knew what kind of game it was going to be. We got ourselves in a little hole in the first half. Lost focus a little bit there and got down 12 or 14, I think, at one point. And then we kind of got together at halftime and changed our way of thinking a little bit and corrected some things, and we came out with a lot more intensity. And I thought the game really flipped the second half, and we got ahead of them at one point, and then we just had a couple costly turnovers that led directly to points on the other end. And then they're a good team, and then they just kind of controlled it. Fourth quarter, I think it says we were 3 for 12 in the fourth quarter. We didn't score enough for the fourth quarter, but a lot of that's due to them.
What were some of the adjustments you made at halftime?
Not really anything. Just the way we were playing. I talked to them about early in the game. We slowed it down some, and they play kind of a reckless style, I guess you'd call it. And they really put a lot of ball pressure and take a lot of chances. And we, I think we were a little too passive. That was me. We kind of slowed it down a little bit too much. And second half we just said, hey, we didn't have a choice. We had to, go and attack, and that's what we really should have done from the beginning. If I could go back, we ran probably too many sets instead of just letting our guys play, But hindsight's 20/20. So, but I think we got back. Like I say, we made a run and got up 2, I think, and then that's how basketball is. When you get down, then good teams, and we're a good team, make runs, but then a lot of times you wear yourself out making those big runs. And I think that's kind of what happened to us. We kind of wore ourselves out a little bit. These guys are in good shape, but they got a little more depth than us. And we kind of wore ourselves out a little bit making that run. And then they were kind of, I felt like that hurt our energy, our stamina a little bit going into the fourth.
Yeah, second and third quarter, you shot 63%. You shot 63% the second and third quarter combined. Scored 37 points compared to in the first quarter. In the fourth quarter, you struggled a little bit offensively. You think that was due to the fact that they have more depth?
Well, no, I don't think the depth really affected that in the first half. I think it was just the way the game was being played. It was a slower game in the first half. And which was fine, but we turned the ball over. The game, we had 17. I think they had 4 is what this stat sheet shows. I don't know how many they had.
Yeah, 4.
But I think we had 17-4. There's your game. They have 17 turnovers. We have 17. They have 4, and then offensive rebounds. They beat us. I think we had 4 or 5, and they had 15. So you can't overcome stuff like that. So. And we could have played either game. I feel like we could have played a slow game. We could have played a fast game with them. But if you play that game, we were getting good shots inside, but you can't turn the ball over. So we just had a few too many turnovers.
To the players, just thoughts about this season, winning 27 games, getting to this point.
I think we had a good season. We worked hard to get here, played good basketball to get here. I'm proud of the team and the way we fought every single game, and all the work we put in day in and day out, coming in on some Sundays right after church and stuff. Over 2.5 hour practices, sometimes 3 hour practices. So I'm just overall just proud of each and every one.
You guys?
Had an amazing season. Last year lost in our gym, so I feel like that motivated us to get to this point that we're at now. Like you said, working over 2.5 hour practices, 3 hours, coming in on Sundays. It just makes us better. We worked hard to get here.
I'm just proud of everybody. I'm proud of that, and I love the atmosphere. I love the guys. I love the coach. Glad we got this far.
Well, y'all made a nice run at the end of the first half.
Yeah, right before halftime, yeah. Because we cut it to
At
what,
the time,
7 or 8
yeah.
at half. It was 7 or 8, I don't remember.
You had you scored the last 6 points in there.
Right.
What'd you say to him when he called timeout?
Well, I mean, you know, these guys, like I say, they play hard. You know, I think we just had, you know, and that's just how the game of basketball goes. I mean, sometimes there can only be one team that's pressing the other one. Like we want to press, they want to press. You know what I'm saying? But both teams can't be pressing. They didn't press us really at all the second half. You know what I'm saying? We were pressing them. So it just flipped. We were kind of getting pressed, and we were kind of on our heels. And that's my fault. You know, I put these guys kind of, when you try to run an offense and try to go through, you know, Q, we like to go through Q, and I didn't feel like they had a matchup for Q. So when you try to get him the ball inside, sometimes that puts you on your heels. We got some young, you know, we're young at the guard position. Some of our guards are younger, you know what I'm saying, that come in and have to handle the ball some. So that puts a lot of pressure on them, especially with the pressure they put on. You know, and they take a lot of chances. So we were just on our heels, and I said, look, let's just go attack them. You know, let's go attack them, and that's what they did.
17 turnovers, is that a season high?
I don't know if it's a season high or not. Like I say, with the style we play, I don't mind. We're going to have some turnovers. You know, I mean, we just are, because we like to get up and down. But the thing was, they just did. I mean, if they'd had 17 and we'd had 17, we'd won the game by, you know, 10 points. But we have 17, they have 4. That's what we can't do. You know, and a lot of those led directly to 2 points on the other end without them having to work for it or earn it. You know, it just directly led to 2 points. So, well, I'm saying a lot of stuff like these guys said. I couldn't be more prouder of these guys. You know, the way they played all year, the toughness, and just the kind of men they are. So I couldn't be prouder of them, regardless of the stats. Okay, I don't really care about this. They're good people.
You guys had the baseball team did real well. The basketball team, girls, boys, doing real well. What's it mean as a program to have the kind of success and set the standard you are now?
Oh yeah, I mean that's you know, that's what Alexandria really is. You know, we try to get these guys to be unselfish guys that play, you know, help their buddy out and play other sports. And you know, these guys do that, so you can be good at everything. You know. So I think they do a good job of being unselfish people that are willing to help each other out and say, well, this may not be my best sport, but I'm going to be willing to help my buddy out, you know, by helping him out and helping him have a better season and a better team. And that's just the Alexandria way.
It seemed to me they had a bunch of guys that had long arms.
Yeah.
And was that something y'all had played against much to have to deal with it?
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't that all that tall, you know what I mean, but they all were, you know, lanky a lot of times. You know, 15 was bigger and more physical than I gave him credit for, you know, on film. 14, you know, he was a lanky type of guy, get your hands on a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, they played against that type of competition. It's just yeah, but it does affect a lot of stuff. You know, they get their fingers on a lot of stuff, and like I say, they got too many offensive rebounds on us. I mean, but that's a lot of it. They get a hand on it, you know, just get a finger on it. You ain't got to actually get it, but just a finger a lot of times gets them another offensive rebound. That's what Q does a great job of. You know, he don't necessarily get it on the first time, but he tips it, and then tips it, and then he may tip it to somebody else or tip it to himself and get it. And they kind of did that to us a lot tonight.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.